Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing amazing. For today's video, we are going to be choosing out my September TBR, and the way we're going to do that this month is we're actually going to use a colour wheel, and whatever colour it lands on, we are going to match up the spines as opposed to the front cover, and that is going to determine my reads for the next month. As usual, I'm going to pick out 5 books. I do actually feel like I'm going to be carrying over one from my August TBR. I've still got 3 outstanding and we've got a week left of August. I don't think I'm going to get around to them all. So whatever one's outstanding, I might roll over into September. But again, I'm not going to count it on kind of the 5 that we choose via the colour wheel. But yes, without further ado, let's go. I don't know actually what I fancy for September. I feel like obviously the usual is quite like thrillers or like dark romances or horrors. I feel like I quite want some cozy fantasies as well. Let's go on to our first spin. What have we got? Pink. That's not screaming cozy fantasies, is it? That's screaming romance. Okay, so we got pink. I don't know if I'm feeling like a romance. I have to admit, for August, I've read quite a few romances and I feel like I want a little bit of a break. So I don't know if I'm really in the mood for a romance, but obviously a pink spine for a fantasy book, you're not going to get that, I don't think, that often. Our Infinite Fates has got a little bit of pink, but again, I'm not sure if I'm feeling that one. Again, I could start Magnolia Parks, which is, sorry, you can't see it on the camera. Don't really want to start a series, not a series like Magnolia Parks either, so I think I'm going to give that one a miss. But on my other bookshelf, right at the bottom, again, you can't see it, I know exactly what I'm going to pick. And that is Wayward by Emilia Clarke. And as you can see, got the pink, you know, we've nailed the brief. So this book, I don't know too much about it. What I do know from reading the blurb, I know there's witches involved in this book. Again, perfect for spooky season. There's also, I think, 3 timelines. We've got present day, we've got 1942, and we've got 1619. I love multiple timelines in a book. Like, I just feel like it adds so much depth, and I love seeing how different timelines can actually bring stories together. So I'm all intrigued. But again, like I say, it's got witches. I love anything about witches. I don't know what it is, like, it just fascinates me so much. So I'm actually really intrigued to start this one. I'll read you the tagline at the top and it says, 3 women, 5 centuries, 1 spellbinding story. And yes, please. I mean, that actually hooks me. A lot of people might be like, well, that's a bit boring, but actually that hooks me. So it seems like in each of these timelines, we've got a woman that is facing her own hardship, and I guess we're going to be delving into the stories, see how they all come together. We've got a woman that's on trial for witchcraft in the 1619 timelines. So I feel like I'm going to really enjoy that portion. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. I really feel like, I don't feel like this is going to be a 5-star prediction for me, but I do feel like I'm going to like just binge read this because yeah, it just seems perfect for autumn as well. So first up on our September TBR is Wayward by Emilia Hart. Okay. Spin number 2. What have we got? Is that blue? Blue! Okay, let's go. I feel like for blue, we've definitely got more options. So on the top shelf, I really do want to start the Prison Healer series. But again, should I maybe finish off some series that I'm already in the middle of? Maybe, that might be wise. We have got Lights Out. I feel like Lights Out could be good because obviously I read Butcher and Blackbird as like a funny dark romance and I did actually quite enjoy it. So would that be the next good like stepping stone into dark romance? I feel like it could be. And then don't really want to read the reappearance of Rachel Price just because I'm in the middle of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and I kind of want to finish that before I start any more of Holly Jackson's. I have also got a few romance options, I think. So I am looking at Deep End. I have got maybe like a reading vlog idea, which would be like perfect for Deep End. So I could kind of combine the two and like tick one off my TBR. But I'm also looking at It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I actually feel like that's one of the longest books on my TBR because I read My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey and I rated it 2 stars. I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. I've actually heard mixed reviews. So I'm kind of tempted to do It Happened One Summer that can also be in my reading vlog idea as well. So maybe we can try and knock that one off. Oh, I don't know, help me. This is purely because it's been on my TBR the longest, and I kind of just want to know if I like it or if I don't like it, and if I don't like it I can like donate it and get it off my shelf. But I'm gonna choose It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. Now I know some people absolutely love this. I don't have high hopes. I'm not gonna go into this book thinking that I'm not gonna like it. I'm gonna have a fresh head and just genuinely see how I get on. I've also heard this is very, very spicy. I don't do super well with spice. We'll see how that goes. So I believe this is like a grumpy sunshine romance. She is like a rich city girl and he is a grumpy fisherman. I've heard this is a little bit like Wild Child, the film with Emma Roberts, and I actually really love that film. So again, I'm thinking about it. I was like, maybe I will like this book, but yeah, I just need to read it and find out really, don't I? So second book on our TBR is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. To be fair, I do actually feel like I want like a horror on there as well. If I get green, I'm going to be picking The Shining, I think. Oh, we've got blue again. Again, actually, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So obviously I was talking about Lights Out here, which is a very good contender. But I'm also looking at Tomorrow, Tomorrow and Tomorrow. That was actually one of the books I put on like my hit list for 2025. I've not done very well with that hit list so far. So I was thinking maybe I could choose Tomorrow, Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Not a romance either. It's about video games, which I absolutely love. Do I choose that? I think so, yeah. I feel like with these type of books, I'm not necessarily going to choose them from like prompts. Like, I feel like I'm not going to gravitate towards this to actually choose, like to read. So I feel like, yeah, let's choose Tomorrow, Tomorrow, Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I've heard very mixed feelings about this book, but I actually think this is going to be right up my street. I think it's about video games developers as well. I love video games. I used to play them all the time. Still do. I feel like reading has now overtaken like my hobby of gaming just a little bit because I'm really in my reading era. I think for this one, what I know is there is two childhood friends and it is, I don't believe there's a romance in here, which again, I think I'm going to appreciate a lot more. And they meet each other, I believe at a train station later on in life, and it basically catapults them into their memories of when they used to play games together when they were younger. I think we are like going through their story of their friendship. It says here, what comes next is a story of friendship and rivalry, fame and creativity, betrayal and tragedy, perfect worlds and imperfect ones, and ultimately I need to connect to be loved and to love. So I actually have high hopes for this. I don't need like a romance subplot or anything. Like actually, sometimes I feel like it doesn't do a story justice, especially if we're talking about like friendships, like pure friendships, you know? So again, I'm actually really excited to delve into this one. I'm glad that we chose it. Definitely a little bit different from kind of the spooky vibes or the thriller vibes and whatnot. I absolutely love literary fiction, so I think I'm actually going to love this one. I have really high hopes. This has also been on my TBR for a really long time, so it's good to get like two ticked off. So yeah, let's go with Tomorrow, Tomorrow, Tomorrow as our third pick. For someone that says they want cozy fantasies, thrillers, horrors, I've not done very well so far, have we? But what have we got? Is that white or black? We've got black. Okay, so this is definitely going to be a fantasy vibe, I reckon. So as you can see, we've actually got quite a few black spines. I really do want to read Nightshade. Obviously that's been around quite a bit recently and I've only heard amazing things. Again, The Night Circus. I really want to read The Night Circus. We've got a few thrillers over here. We've got a few Fridas, T.M. Logan. I've also heard amazing things about the Book of Asriel and people have been telling me to read that quite a bit. But I think what I'm going to choose, I'm not really picking the TBR that I envisioned for myself, but we're going to go with The Co-Worker by Frida McFadden. So the reason why I'm going to be picking this, obviously there's the black spine, is because this has actually been lent to me and I quite like to read the books that have been lent out to me fairly soon so I can give them back. I don't feel like it's fair holding on to someone's book for like a long period of time. What I will say is I don't have high hopes for this. at all. So I've only read the Housemaid series by Frida McFadden. I didn't mind it. Like, I say that. I did enjoy the first one. Second one, not so much. It was literally just a carbon copy of the first one, just like a different setting, etc. Third one, I actually didn't mind, and that actually gets quite a lot of hate, but I didn't mind it. I think it was obvious, but again, it was different from the first and second in the series, which I appreciated. Now, this one, my sister read this one. She wasn't too fond of it. I've heard there is like an overuse of an animal in here, which again, I'm not a fan of repetition, and I know that's going to annoy me. So yeah, I don't have high hopes, but you know what? Let's give it a chance. We'll give it a chance, you know, fresh head. The only thing what I do like about this is the spine is already cracked, which means I can like fully open it and not feel guilty about it. So yeah, let's go with The Co-Worker by Frida McFadden. That's book 4, isn't it? Okay, so our last spin. What are we gonna get? Green! Okay, now I did say, I feel like I just said if I get green, I'm gonna be picking The Shining. I feel like The Spell Shop is a really good contender too. So what do I choose? Do I pick The Shining? So that is obviously green spine, it's a light green. Or do I choose The Spell Shop, which is like a cozy fantasy? Again, The Shining is actually on my hit list for 2025. But do I want to read that in October? Is that like a perfect October read? But then what about if I don't choose it for October? What am I doing? I mean, I can, even if I don't choose it for my TBR, I can still read it in October. Or like, could that be like a perfect end of September vibe going into spooky season? Oh guys, I'm so stuck. No, you know what? I've made my decision. For our green spine, we're gonna go with The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I'm sorry, this just seems like the most coziest fantasy like read. Like perfect for autumn, perfect for September. Like, can I really read this in any other month? Maybe not. So that is the reason why I just feel like it's perfect vibes, you know? With a nice hot drink in the evening, you're reading a cozy fantasy with like cozy ambience on in the background. Like, it just sounds perfect, doesn't it? So I'm actually really happy. I'm really happy with this choice. I definitely think I'm going to read The Shining for October. Like, no ifs, no buts. I'm 100% reading The Shining in October, and I want that spooky vibe. I've said it now, so I can't go back. So for this one, we have got Keela, and I believe she works in a library. But one day, unfortunately, this library goes completely up in flames and she has to relocate to this little island which used to be her childhood home. But it turns out when she goes onto the childhood home, the Empire has actually drained all of its power. Not ideal. So with the help of her old spellbook and maybe a very beautiful, handsome man, she is determined to make things right. So yeah, I'm actually really excited for this. I think this is just going to be the perfect, cozy autumn read. And actually, I feel like this is the one I'm most excited for to read. Maybe Wayward too. Like, roll on autumn and the Burr months. Like, summer can go now. I'm ready to put on jumpers, scarves, drink hot drinks in the evening, have like a fireplace ambience. I'm all for it. So yeah, our final one on our September TBR is The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. To recap our September TBR, we've got Wayward by Amelia Hart. We have then got It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. Tomorrow, Tomorrow, Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. The Co-Worker by Frida McFadden. And then finally, but definitely not least, we've got The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. But on that note, I'm actually going to end this video here. I would absolutely love to know if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them, would you recommend them? I definitely thought I'd have a bit more fantasy heavy TBR for September, but actually I'm not super mad about it. I actually feel like I'll be able to read all of these books as well for September. They are quite different genres as well, so it'd be like a palette cleanser each time that I read a new book. If you got to the end of this video, thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you did find yourself enjoying it, it would mean the world to me if you would like and subscribe, as I would love to have you. If you would like to comment but you maybe haven't read any of these, I would love to know what you have planned for your September TBR. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.